Hello everybody, Cooper here, and welcome back to another episode of my AFL 23 Tazzy Devils career mode. I'm very excited to get into this episode because, for one, it's our first home game of our season and of the Tazzy Devils history, but also, in between this episode and the last episode, AFL 26 has been announced, and I've got a few things that I want to say. I will quickly say, I do apologise for my voice, it sounds horrendous, but I have been very, very sick. I was this close to coughing up a lung at one point, but I'm feeling a little bit better and my voice doesn't sound absolutely so terrible that it's not going to be, awful. The Bombers are going to call tails on the toss. They have won the toss, and what are they going to do? They've decided to kick to the right of screen. Normally this wouldn't be the case, but I feel like the gameplay is currently secondary to what I sort of want to talk about with AFL 26 coming in, or what will be next month. It'll be the 8th of May that it is currently projected to come out on. I believe that is on all platforms. But I'm very keen to see what is in store because they've got a new career mode that's coming out, or I should say a new player mode that's coming out. Management mode will still be there, except it's been called coach mode now. And you know me, I'm all about coaching my team and my players and doing good stuff there. And you're probably all wondering, what does this mean for the Tazzy Devils series? Because this is currently episode 2 of a series that I was hoping was going to last the entire year. Now, I don't actually know what's going to happen, mainly because I don't know what AFL 26 is actually going to look like. We'll play on here, we'll go wide to the whiz. But I would like to continue this series in some capacity, even if it's not possible to port this over. And when I say port this over, I don't literally mean plug it in and, it'll be suddenly working on AFL 26. I think it'll be a case of, if we can sort of try and replicate this as best we can on AFL 26, we will. If not, I'll figure something out and then we'll go from there. That's basically my plan at this stage. We've also got my Richmond career mode, which I basically will just have as an AFL 23 exclusive. I don't expect that to take until the rest of, the AFL 23 life cycle. I've basically recorded up until the end of it. It's just a point now of just editing it and finishing it, essentially. But back to the game at this point. If I think of anything else AFL 26 related, I will pop up and talk about it, because it's been a very busy couple of days in the AFL sort of game community. I suppose that's what we're going to call it. And yeah, it was very interesting. It all happened very, very quickly. And we've got a new game coming out, which is awesome. Cannon here takes the mark outside 50. He was very good in the last game. I think he kicked 8 in the last game. As I said, it's been about a week since I recorded the last episode because I got very sick very quickly. But we're lining up for goal number 1, and it's actually not going to make the distance. And De Koning, he's pushed forward, gone down there with Ben Mackay. He's a right footer. I was trying to think. I think his brother may be a left footer, but I couldn't remember. So we're going to line up for number 1. And he's absolutely sprayed it out in the full. Fantastic work. Probably should have just kicked around the corner on that one. But fortunately, Chase Jones takes the mark. We'll kick short, looking for the wizard. And we turn the ball over once again. That's not 15. Somebody lay a tackle. And that's not what I meant. I must say, the Bombers have been all over us early. Clayton Oliver, didn't see a lot of him in the last game. Kicks towards half forward again. Cannon can't get the mark. Ball goes forward to Sanders. Great fist. Zerha kicking the first goal for the Devils at Blundstone Arena. Ball goes to full forward now. King takes the mark. Great find by Harley Reid. Ball came loose in a contest, and we do end up with it at the top of the goal square. But I should say I do also have a few other surprises for later on in the career mode that I do have planned. And if I do transfer it over to AFL 26, it should be okay to still work out. 2 goals to nothing so far. Bombers were pretty good early, yet to show any real signs of life since the start of probably the 5-minute mark. But Davey should have just gone back and kicked it. That is probably going to be holding the ball. That was not ideal. And now Kyle Langford's going to have a shot on goal directly in front, looking to kick the Bombers first, right on the 10-minute mark, and he is sprayed it across the face of goal. I jinxed him successfully. McKercher takes the grab out of full-back. We could have gone short there. I think what we're going to do, we're going to go to Cannon here. That makes the most sense. He's definitely the most capable mark in the side, you would think. The trouble with that is we kick down the line and the Wizard somehow ends up with it. And we need a lead here. Let's go wide to Zerha. Can't get the mark, unfortunately. De Koning now at centre-half forward, looking for a target inside 50. Harley Reid running back into the pack. Going to be lining up for number 1 for him now. Just has the 6 disposals in the 15 minutes. Not too bad so far. And he slots through the Devils' third. Now a 17-point game. Nick Cox has it wide. Probably could take a shot from here if we're perfectly honest. But Cannon's on the lead. We'll kick it to him. And he takes a very easy mark. Just had to pause for a second. Had to cough. As I said, my throat and voice not outstanding whatsoever. There we go. That's a better kick from Cannon. He gets his first in Tassie. Very impressive start by the Devils so far. Harley Reid gets it out the middle. King takes the mark at the top of the goal square. Which I think that was Jordan Ridley on him. Just not having a good spell of things right now. King lines up for number 2. Puts it straight through the middle. 5 goals to zip to start for the Devils. Another inside 54. The Devs, we can't find a target. Jaden Davey in our forward pocket, also playing against his former team that delisted in last season. Got to keep an eye on that. Mac Andrew running off half back. Takes a nice mark. We'll go to centre half forward now. Looking for the Wiz. Takes the mark. We could probably find a better kick here. Drop it short. That's not 15. McKercher goes inside 50 now. King can't take the mark. Cannon is chasing down McGrath. Jones takes the grab. The skipper. Where do we go from here, though? We'll go wide-ish. Actually, more back in the line. When I say wide, I meant lateral. And De Koning takes the mark. Probably, he's basically right on the 50-metre line where Draper is. But he's got 5 hit-outs so far to start the quarter. Obviously being double-teamed by Goldstein and Draper in this one. Ball's going to drop short, and Cannon takes a mark. And he nails it. He's got 2. And the Devs have 6. The Bombers finally get a mark inside 50, but it is Kyle Langford once again, who's already had a shot on goal. Actually, it might have been Jade Gresham now that I'm thinking about it. He starts it wide, it's coming back, and the Bombers reply quickly and get their first on the board. Siren goes in, where are we? Tasmania. Blundstone Arena is what I'm trying to say, but quarter time is here, and very dominant start by the Devils in their first game in their home state. I should also say it's Nick Cox's first game against his old side as well. Bombers dominating in the ruck. Well, it's not really dominating, but they are leading in the hit-outs. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with how I've been going. Second quarter underway. Ball gets kicked forward to centre-half forward. We can't get the mark, unfortunately. Andy McGrath going wide. Dangerous kick. And Hugh McCluggage, I don't think I've said his name today. Apparently he's had 5 disposals. I don't believe that whatsoever. But he's going to have a crack at a goal. It's not bad. He started it wide. It's swinging back. And he's got his first of the day. Ball comes loose out of the centre. Ooh, comes loose in the tackle. Noble handballs it backwards. Nobody home. Kako handballs it to Sardis. Gives it to Jade Gresham. He just runs to goal. Offline, actually hits the post. Mac Andrew takes it at halfback. Kicks down the line looking for, I think that was Zerha down there with Redmond. Can't recover the ball, unfortunately. Someone lay a tackle, for God's sake. Banks and Langford. Banks takes the mark. Really nice hands there. Let's go down the line. Cannon is the target. He ends up with it. Handballs inside to Sanders. Almost got wrapped up by Draper. The Wiz hasn't kicked a goal today. He's going to go wide to Sanders. And he's got a very good leg on him. going to be having a look at disposal number 11 right now. Yet to kick a goal today. And that's nice kick. Straight kicking Devils have 8. We are using the same sliders as last week's game, so we may need to spice it up a bit if the rest of the game or the rest of the season is going to be just like this. So I'm thinking that's what we'll have to do. 40-point game, second half, or second quarter I should say, hasn't been going for that long. Chase Jones out in the wing does a good job. Let's go to Cannon. He's already kicked 2 today. Can he kick a third from here? I wouldn't say so, but not willing to rule it out. Let's just go top of the goal square. Actually, that was just, well done by Jordan Ridley. Harley Reid takes the mark in return. All right, let's be smart about this. Let's just go towards the big fella, Ben King. Oh, sorry, Max King. So used to saying Ben King because I'm a Suns fan. But Max King going to be lining up for a third here. This may be a little offline, actually. I think I've lined it up too straight. Yeah, that's off. Harley Reid has it at half forward here. Let's go. Oh, you say never kick to a pocket. James Leake, what are you doing down there? Warning customers, missing child in aisle 3. James Leake lining up for his first of his career. And he slots it. Van Soldo getting his first run of things in the ruck today. We've also put Clayton Oliver in the middle. Let's see what he can come up with. Soldo and Draper. Ball comes loose. Clayton Oliver gets wrapped up, but the ball's loose. Parrish handballs to centre half forward. Kicks down the line, looking for a target, but McKercher against Goldstein and Draper takes the mark. Does a little short kick, looking for the whiz. Can't end up with it. Leak can't get the tackle. Banks is down there with Kako. Banks takes a nice mark. Harley Reid on the lead, takes the mark, leading up the ground, doing a very nice job. Go down the line. Rourke Smith is the target in the pocket. Getting a bit of action off the bench today. Left footer, got to line it up. Left hand goal post. Hopefully we can get a nice goal here. We do. Banks has it at the back pocket. Let's take a mark up the ground here if we can. We can't. We've got players running onto it. Ball handed back by, I think that was Davey. He just handballed it backwards to nobody. Got men in the middle looking to do a job. Cox just gets wrapped up. Bombers play on. And Gresham takes an easy, uncontested mark. Dre Gresham lining up for his first. He hooks it left. It's out of bounds on the full. Looking for Sanders out of full back. Actually, it works out perfectly. Cox down the line. Finds De Koning. Who's that at full forward? It's actually Harley Reid at full forward. Takes a mark. Harley Reid just having a spell from his midfield duties right now. Lining up for number 2. He slots it. The 10-goal lead. Actually, it's not quite a 10-goal lead. But we're doing very, very well. Zerha, the target out of the middle. Actually, nobody ends up with it. Somebody lay a tackle, please. De Koning takes the mark in the middle of the ground. Ball goes to full forward. Harley Reid again. Takes another strong mark. Going to be lining up for number 3 here in this first half with the Devils. What a half he's had. The Bombers just absolutely all over the place right now. We are just miles ahead of them. Just who is on everybody right now? Zerha takes the mark, this time inside 50. Only had the 2 disposals so far. Ooh, squeezes it in. He's got 2 now. Davey kicks the ball inside 50 for the Bombers, only as far as Jeremy Howe, who started on the bench today. Pretty quiet so far. De Koning can't take the mark in the tackle. It's in the pack, I should say. And then Davey up the other end. Picked up by Cannon. Kicks to De Koning. I don't know how he found him there. But he's going to have another crack on goal. I mean, Cannon being very unselfish today. He's only kicked the 3 goals, I believe. But De Koning having a crack at his first. Did miss one quite badly earlier. And that's swinging across the face of goal. It's behind, unfortunately. I think one last inside 50 is on before half-time. And we're going to go for it. Who's down there? Jaden Davies, the target. Ball was picked up by the Bombers, unfortunately. Let's try again. Chase Jones. Looking for a target. Cannon's on short. That's where we go. And he takes the mark. I stand corrected. Cannon only has 2 so far, not 3. He's now lining up for number 3 and for a 78-point lead. Potentially going into half-time. He's hit the post. But we get the mark off the kick out. Let's just go long. Harley's down there. We take the mark at full forward. For 4 goals in the first half. Harley Reid has been absolutely incredible so far. He's got 4. And there's the siren. 79-point lead at half-time. Mac Andrew looks impressed. 6 goals, zip in the first. 8 goals, 3 in the second. Bombers only got 1 behind that quarter. We are making a name for ourselves very early in our AFL careers. Harley Reid, 4 goals. Tyrone Cannon's got 2. Zerha 2. Max King 2. Sanders, McCluggage, Smith, and Leake all have 1. And then the major ball winners. Sanders, 17 touches. Harley Reid, 15. DeConing, 14. Cannon, 13. McKercher and McCluggage, that's really hard to say, all have 10. But we've still got another half of football to play. DeConing in the ruck, gets it down very easily, I should say. I thought my controller had died, but no, it just didn't do what I wanted it to. Nick Cox takes the mark at, or sort of wing-ish half-forward range. Clayton Oliver is the target, takes the mark. Actually, Cox is by himself. Let's go back in that direction. Kicks a little short. We'll kick him board. And we find Rourke Smith. The wind will help him out here. 4 touches. He's already got a goal to his name. And that's a horrible kick. Not the start I wanted to the first quarter, but, I mean, at least we get the first score. That is something. That's a dangerous handball. Pays off for the Bombers. No, it doesn't. Cox on that wing. Takes a nice mark. We'll go in the full forward direction. Zerha. Maybe too far out to score. We'll see how we go. He's going to be kicking from outside 50. Probably going to have to kick with all of our strength here. It's not going to be a goal. It's offline. 2 behinds to start the quarter. Not ideal. We kicked pretty straight in that first half. Hopefully this isn't a sign of things to come. Leak. Coming off the back flank, takes a nice mark. We'll go inside, looking for Sanders. Can't take the mark. Gets loose, gets chased down by Merritt. Holding the ball. Merritt plays on, finds Kako at half forward. Kicks it short, looking for 2-meter Peter. He gets tackled. Clayton Oliver handballs to nobody. Parrish gets tackled. Goldstein inside. And 2-meter Peter sits on the head of Mac Andrew. And he's only had 1 disposal so far. And he's going to be lining up at his first. And the Bombers second. And that's a good kick. He's got 2. DeConing struggling in the ruck this second. Well, not this second half, but this second game. Was really dominant in the first couple of games. That's not 15. What are we doing, guys? Davey, just get the ball out. Thank you. I did not like any of that. McKercher on Owen Davey Jr. takes a strong mark. Let's kick it long. Cannon is down there. Can't take the mark. Davey kicks short, looking for the wizard. Handballs to Cannon. Oh, God. If there's one thing I can't do, it's kicking on the run. It is absolutely putrid. Like, I'm fine with, like, marking and kicking and things like that. But get me on the run, I am absolutely useless. Anyway, Kako kicks the short ball to Peter Wright. And he's got a chance to kick his second of the quarter. It's back down to, what is it, 76 now? So if he kicks this, it'll be 72. That's nice. Correction, it's down to 70. My maths is awful. DeConing, we finally win something out of the ruck. Kick it to full forward. Harley's still down there. He's been great so far. And he's going to be lining up for number 5. We should probably put him back in the midfield at some point. I know Max King is on the ground somewhere on the ground. But there's 5 for Harley. Let's get him back in the midfield. Goldstein knocks it down. Ball comes loose. Ball kicked forward. And James Leake having a bit of a game today. Let's look for a lead. Look for a lead. Well, who's this coming up the ground? Sanders has been awesome today, as we know. Gives it back to Leake. Kicks forward. Finds the wizard. Handballs forward to Sanders. That was probably a bit dangerous. Getting a little too cute. But we get the mark up the other end, which is great. Jeremy Howe does a fantastic job. Zerha takes a mark at half forward. Looking for Cannon. We need a mark. And we get one. Just the 2 compared to last week where he kicked 8. I mean, 10 goals in your first 2 AFL games is certainly nothing to scoff at. But that's a better kick. And there's another goal. He's got 3. Bombers just running amok in this possession. Jade Gresham kicks it forward. Bombers have 4. Since halftime, it's been pretty even, you'd have to say. Bombers doing very nicely. Harley Reid with a nice tackle there. De Koning kicks it short. Finds Zerha, actually. I was looking for Cannon. But it appears... Oh, here he is. Kick it short to him. He'll take a mark. There we go. Oh, it's a little offline, but it's okay. 4 on the game for the big fella. It's an 82-point game. Harley has it in midfield. Gets smothered. Somehow that's incorrect disposal. I didn't know you could be penalised for incorrect disposal off a smother. Let's just go down the line. Cannon could honestly have a crack from here. But Harley's on the lead. And he's already kicked 5, so we may as well line up for 6. Be rude not to. And I think we're going to honour it with a torp. I think that is the best course of action. This may drop a little short depending on. He's got the distance just fine, but it's offline. The skipper's been pretty quiet today. He's not really been needed. 8 touches, but has a goal for his troubles. Ball going to full forward off the Harley Reid clearance. Max King takes the mark. Lining up for number 3. Only had the 4 touches today. Little surprising. But we'll see where this one lands. And it's all good. He's got 3. Matches his effort from last week. Great build-up play on this one by the Devils. Kick to centre half forward. Nobody home. Ball comes loose in the tackle. The Wiz gives it to Cannon. Kicks to full forward. Jeremy Howe. And I think we're going to line up a Sam Draper special here. Just for the culture. Jeremy Howe gets his first. And we're in the lead by 100. Bombers running forward once again. Zach Merritt just waltzes into an open goal. Just absolutely awful defense by us. Just could not lay a tackle. 95 points now. 22 minutes gone. Almost in the 3rd quarter. Jaden Davey, the target out of the middle. Nick Watson has done a lot of... How is that holding the ball? That is amazing. How the hell was that holding the ball? Andy McGrath kicks it forward. Finds Elijah Sardas. Couldn't read for a second because of the glare. McCurch has had a lot of the ball today. I think he had 10 disposals at halftime, it might have been. Cannon can't take the mark. Gets the hands off of Clayton Oliver. Gets wrapped up by Andy McGrath. That's ball up. And Nate Caddy takes a mark at full forward. Very nice work by him. Been pretty quiet today. 2 marks, 1 disposal. And he's finally got a goal. Back down to an 89-point game, which, I mean, in essence is not a massive deal because we're still up by a lot. But we were also up by 101 like a minute and a half ago, so make of that what you will. Cannon running back with the flight of the ball. Takes a mark on the siren. But an 89-point lead at 3/4 time. Last quarter, here we go. Sam De Koning going to start us off in the middle. You get the ball loose, courtesy of, I think that was Clayton Oliver in the middle there. The Wiz takes a nice mark. Harley Reid was on the lead for a second. We've put him back at full forward. We want to see more goals out of the youngster. The Wiz Kicks it to Max King. He is setting up people left, right, and centre today. And Max King for number 4. Can he get it? Yes, he does. It was actually 6 goals to 5 in that last quarter, so pretty even quarter, all things considered. So the Bombers probably not as bad as they showed in that first half. And there's Harley for number 6. He's got it. Langford kicks forward looking for a target, but only goes as far as Riley Sanders. He kicks down the line looking for Cannon. He can't take a mark. Cannon, move your legs. Bombers get it clear. Sanders again, another intercept mark. Okay. Festival of Friendship. Let's kick it down the line towards the Wiz. He takes the mark. Harley's on a lead. Actually, let's go in the Deconing direction. He's got plenty of space. He gets sat on. We pick the ball up. It's Zerha. He's got another one. Ooh, got a loose ball at halfback. This isn't good. Inside 50, finds 2-meter Peter. Kicks a couple of goals in that previous quarter, lining up for number 3. And that's a nice kick by him. He could have a big second half if he keeps going. Ball up inside Bombers defensive inside Bombers forward 50, I should say. Ball comes loose. 2-meter Peter. He is out of control these last couple of minutes. That's his 4th. Back down to 95 points. And the Bombers, I mean, I can't say the comeback's on. You're down by 95 points, but they're showing a bit of life. McKercher can't chase down Gresham. There's another one. We just cannot win the ball out of the middle right now. Mac Andrew, please take a mark. Thank you. Okay. Cannon's on a lead. He's on the move. Ben Mackay can't stay with him. Where do we go from here? We could just go down the line. That is an option. DeConing's there. Max King is there. Plenty of big bodies. Zerha by himself outside. Oh, he was outside 50. Not anymore. Great tackle. Holding the ball. Jones is running forward. May as well give it to him. That's not the kick I wanted. But Clayton Oliver, we'll have a shot with Clayton Oliver. He deserves it. He gets paid a lot of money. We should let him kick some goals. No, we shouldn't. This has been a really bad couple of minutes for us, just in terms of goal kicking. It has been absolutely putrid, and I do not say that lightly. What do we do from here? Let's just go top of the goal square. It's the Wiz! Just somebody kick a goal, for God's sake. Please kick straight. 17 touches, no goals so far. That has finally changed. 13 gone in the 4th. Not a lot of time left. Great mark by Sam Durham. I thought we had an injury there for a second. Hopefully we don't. But the Bombers just running off of half-back very easily. Dylan Shield. I think that's offline, that it is. Sanders coming out of fullback now, looking for Mac Andrew. He takes the mark. Very, very good. Go down the line, looking for Jaden Davey. Has been struggling with taking overhead marks all day. Max King takes a nice grab. Let's look for the Harleval. The Harleval takes a mark. And to get it beyond 100 once again. And for 7 goals. Not a bad effort for Harley Reid. Not at all. Quick play on out of the middle. DeConing to Cox. Full forward. Harley Reid. Putting on an absolute display at full forward. Lining up for number 8. There's got it. Have we got time for 10? I don't know if we have time for 10. We probably do. But it's not off the cards. Clayton Oliver. Oh, it's holding the ball. I must say, it's been a high-scoring second half so far. Obviously, we kept them to, 1 goal in the first half. And I think we had 14 goals in the second half. In the first half. So for the most part, it's been very even in the second half. I think, based on that maths, it's been 12 goals to 8. So, yeah, definitely not been as terrible as the score suggests. Dylan Shield now going to have a shot on goal. Probably kicking from 45 metres out. And, oh, that's bad. That is awfully bad. And now Johnny Noble. I don't think we've said his name today. Kicks to absolutely nobody. Draper kicks back to full forward. I don't think that was a mark, so I just played on assuming it wasn't. Sanders kicks wide. I just really kicked in hope that time around. I didn't actually know anybody was out there. Cannon takes a mark at half forward. And we're going to have a crack on goal. He's already kicked 4. He's been very good today. Not as good as Harley Reid, but, you know, things you do. And he struck it well. And there's 4. Sorry, there's 5. 114 points, and surely there's not that long to go. Ball comes out of the middle. Oliver gets wrapped up. Let's just get boot to ball, please. Or hand to ball also works fine. Draper takes the mark, kicks towards his forward line. We take the mark, courtesy of Jeremy Howe. Looking forward to Koning. Can we get Harley one more? He's on the lead, but he's probably a bit far out. Why have I paused? I did not do that. My controller is playing up. Hang on a second. There we go. Fixed it. Okay. Okay, I suppose we'll go for Cannon instead. That's fine. I don't know why that pause came in. That was very, very random. Siren is gone. So Cannon's going to line up for 6. And it's offline, unfortunately. But a 115-point win. Not bad for your first home game. And as we have a look at the stats, it was 14 goals to 1 in the first half, 13 to 8 in the second half. Very, very good game by us. Very happy with how we played. We gave away probably too many free kicks, which is pretty standard by us at this point. But Harley Reid kicked 8, 5 goals, 3 to Cannon. Got to work on that goal kicking. Max King kicked 4, Zerha 3. And the major ball winners, Riley Sanders 32, McCluggage 24, Cannon 24, Oliver 23, Harley Reid 22. The Wiz had 19, De Koning 19, Cox, Zerha and McKercher all had above 15. And we are sitting very pretty at the top of the ladder right now, but it is now our duty to skip forward a little bit, as we said that we would, because we're only going to play every single team once, because it's a 30 game. We play 30 regular season games, and then there's the promotion game. We do not need to play 30 games, and especially with the release of AFL 26 coming up, we do not need to play 30 games in about a month span. So we're going to simulate forward. I don't know how far, but we're sitting very nicely at the top of the ladder right now. We'll just do the rest of this round. Fremantle beat Collingwood at home in a very good result by them. Sorry, they beat them at Victoria Park, I should say. Jackson kicked 4. Jamie Elliott kicked 6, which is very good by him. Jai Amiss kicked 4. Sam Sturt kicked 4. Pendlebury had 44. Brayshaw had 40 for the Dockers. We're actually going to simulate forward to round 10, because we're actually going to get to a point, because this is the end of the first round of games. And when I say that, because it's how it's seeded, you play everybody once at the end of the first 10 rounds, and then round 11 is where everything restarts. So we haven't actually played, or would have played, Collingwood yet, even though they were the number 1 seed. So we're going to simulate all the way forward to round 10, the end of round 10. It's another home game up against Collingwood. I'm just going to simulate with this button first, just to make sure everything's okay. We'll go to this game. And now we're going to have a look at the ladder, see how things have played out. Where are we sitting? We are a little bit behind the pace right now, which is a bit of a shame. I'm not going to go over every single fixture that has, happened chronologically, but I will go over every single one of our games. We beat St Kilda. I'm assuming this was RSE. I think that might have been St Kilda's training ground, actually. So it was good to get a 3rd win on the season. We started the win with 3 consecutive wins. They started the year with 3 consecutive wins, I should say. So that was very, very good. Max King kicked 5. Cannon only kicked 2, but McCluggage, Reid and Sanders, as well as Nick Cox, had a lot of the ball. We then lose to the Gold Coast at home by 37. That's a bad loss, although Gold Coast are very good. We then beat Melbourne in Darwin, actually, in TIO Stadium, which is good. We win by 9 points, which was lovely. Tyrone Cannon kicked 4. McCluggage had 37. Petrarca had 51. That's outrageous. We then get absolutely battered by Adelaide at Blundstone Arena by 54. Well played, Adelaide. Saligo had 48. Lots of multiple goal kickers for the Crows. We then beat West Coast in Perth, which was great. Bit of a lower scoring game towards the back end of the last quarter. I don't think anybody scored in the last 15 minutes. But a great game by us. Matt Owies kicked 3. Jaden Davey kicked 2. Watson 2. Zerha 2. We then get belted by North Melbourne, which was actually in Bloodstone Arena, but still a little bit embarrassing to lose to North Melbourne. Paul Curtis, is it Paul Curtis? I think it's Paul. He kicked 5. Jack Darling kicked 3. Yeah, not a good game. We then lose to Richmond in a high-scoring one at the MCG. Tyron Cannon kicked 6. Jaden Davey kicked 3. The Wiz kicked 2. Clayton Oliver 2. Tommy Lynch kicked 5 for the Tigers. And then the last round we had a bye. So that is everything up until this point. We will just have a quick look at the ladder. So we're 5 and 4, obviously with a game in hand. Our percentage is good, but we're playing Collingwood, who are the toughest competition so far. They are 8 wins, 1 loss. So if we win, and we win by a bit, I'm assuming we'll go second. So we've obviously got a game in hand, which is handy, but we still need to see how the rest of things go from here. We will also simulate forward in Division 1 to see how things are going at the end of round 10. And in terms of the stats, what I'm thinking is in terms of the Coleman and the Brownlow and things like that, I'll just combine it for both divisions because there's no reason not to, I don't think. So whoever's got the most goals across Division 1 and Division 2 will get the Coleman. Brownlow medal will just be whoever's the best player over both divisions. I may weight the Brownlow depending on who plays better in each division, so we'll see how that goes. And then all Australian team, etc. will be the same. Anyway, Daniel McStay's leading the goal kicking he's got 38 goals. He's actually quite a distance ahead of everybody else. But Tyron Cannon is in, I suppose that would be equal third. He's got 30 goals in 9 games. Sid Draper, third, 378 disposals. A very good start to his career. Luke Parker and Jake Saligo not far behind whatsoever. Tyron Cannon leading the way with marks. No real surprise there. Harley Reid also, he's in there. He's in there. Tackles is Ned Flanders. That is terrific. Clearances is Bodie. Is it Euland? I think it's Euland. I should know that. And then Draper is leading with kicks. But Travalia is leading with handballs, which is interesting. And in the ruck, it is Riley O'Brien doing the business. In terms of just us, Tyron Cannon has 30 goals. This is just the club leaders right now. Max King has 20, Harley Reid 13, Nick Watson 12, and Cam Zerha 12. Disposals is McCluggage with 295, Harley Reid 281, Riley Sanders with 270, and then Clayton Oliver with 232. Marks we've already covered is Tyron Cannon. Tackles is Chase Jones. Good to see the skipper leading by example. Clearances is Hugh McCluggage with Sam Petrescu-Seaton, chipping in, doing a bit. Harley Reid's leading with kicks. McCluggage with handballs. And Ivan Soldo and De Koning obviously leading with hitouts. And after 10 rounds, which is actually somehow 11 games, because I think there's no buys, so everyone's just played 11 games, which is really annoying. But anyway, Geelong is the clubhouse leader. 10 wins, 1 draw. Absolutely killing it right now, yet to lose. Carlton's in second, Sydney third, Brisbane fourth, Footscray fifth, Hawthorn sixth, but Hawthorn are on a 4-game losing streak. GWS in 7th, and Port Adelaide in 8th. Stats-wise, Mitch Lewis leading the way with 33 goals. Is it Hamish McLean? I think it is Hamish. Harry McLean, I don't know. But he's got 32. Mitch Georgiadis has 30. Sam Darcy 30, Charlie Curnow 30, all doing very well. Callum Mills leading the way for ball getters with 414 disposals. Paddy Dangerfield not far behind, and Adam Chera, all of those guys above the 400 disposal mark. Speaking of marks, Jack Lukosius has 61. Tackles is Callum Mills. Clearances is Sam Walsh. Kicks, Dangerfield. Handballs, Chera. Hitouts is Tom De Koning, doing a very good job for Carlton. And the only one who is kicking absurdly inaccurately is Jesse Hogan. 18 goals, 30. Atrocious. But that is going to do it for today, guys. Thank you for watching up until this point. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Until then, I hope you have a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'll see you guys then. Bye!